What's going on, Celtics fans? A Celtics dub to start the season. 108-104, and I couldn't be prouder to take on the Knicks at MSG and come home with a win. But of course, like any first game of the season, you're going to have some good with the bad. So we're going to break down the game here for you guys. We're also going to talk about a big storyline that the Celtics may have troubles with for the rest of the regular season until something happens. But first, let's take a look at that box score. Jayson Tatum and Kristaps Porzingis both dropped a 30-piece in the first game. Tatum had led the team with 34 points. Porzingis with 30. D. White was the next leading scorer with 12. That's a big drop-off from 34 to 12 right there, so obviously that may come back to end up hurting the Celtics later on. Jaylen Brown had 11 points tonight, so obviously not the best shooting night from him, but hey, it's the first game of the season. RJ Barrett and Emmanuel quickly did tie for the leading scorer position at 24 points. Jalen Brunson was not far behind him with 15 points, and they ultimately all had great boards. Tatum also had 11 boards as well, and Porzingis also had 4 blocks, and I loved it. I loved everything that I saw from the Celtics tonight in terms of defense. I thought they were great. On offense, they gave away a little bit too many turnovers, and they were sloppy turnovers too. So ultimately, they were good and bad. But my biggest thing is that I do love Kristaps Porzingis in a Boston Celtics uniform. He did amazing tonight, and I hope he continues to drop the points that he did tonight. I'll be greedy and ask for a 30-piece every night, but I'll take what I can get. I want you guys to give me your one-word reaction to the Celtics win over the Knicks. My one-word reaction to the Boston Celtics win over the Knicks is probably going to be optimistic. I'm optimistic about the regular season. I don't think beating the Knicks by 4 should be anything to be concerned about. The Knicks played a fantastic game. They have sharp shooters. They have great big men down in the paint. So I think overall, we definitely hurt ourselves a little bit, but I think Kristaps Porzingis was the reason why the Celtics did win this game. So one-word reaction to the Celtics over the Knicks. And let's take a look at Kristaps Porzingis' box score just one more time while we're getting into this, because on defense, he was electric. His wingspan covers the entire paint. Makes it extremely hard for people on offense to get down there when he's on defense. And he knows when to shoot a 3 and to make it when the Celtics needed it. He made some big-time 3s tonight, and he made some amazing blocks tonight. I love having him in the paint. He definitely contested some shots, and he looked good around the perimeter. Not to mention he had 4 blocks tonight. I'll take that any night. Porzingis was the missing piece for the Boston Celtics. He truly was. I love the pickup that we got Jrue Holiday in the offseason, but Kristaps was the number 1 pickup that we could have ever gotten. It was worth the trade. Unfortunately, as much as I do love Marcus Smart, I'll take Kristaps Porzingis any day. He's going to help the Celtics get to banner 18. Because when you look at the full box score tonight, they had 53 rebounds. They did have 18 assists, but their shooting was tough. It was very, very tough. I mean, 3-point was tough. The field goal percentage was all right. It was fine when you're shooting 37 from 77 shots. Rebounds could definitely be more, but the Knicks are a very hard team to rebound against, and they did very well on rebounding tonight. They did out-rebound the Celtics, not by much, but still out-rebounded them. 64 rebounds, less on assists, though, ultimately less on points. But they were shooting from the 3. But Emmanuel Quickley and Quentin Grimes are fantastic 3-point shooters, so when they face Knicks again, that will have to be lockdown defense like none other, because we already knew that coming in, but I don't think they locked them down enough tonight. But overall, JB and Jayson Tatum have always been the duo in the Boston Celtics franchise, but now Kristaps Porzingis dropped a 30-piece while Jaylen Brown quietly had 11. Who scores more this season? I want you guys to type KP in the chat. If you think Kristaps Porzingis is going to score more, type JB if you think Jaylen Brown will have more points this season. I'm going to go KP. I think this is his year. I think he's what helps us get to banner 18. Because when you look at Jaylen Brown's box score, he had 11 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 for 11, 0 for 3 from the 3. And not to mention, he got into foul trouble. He had 5 fouls, so he didn't get to play a lot in the in the third quarter, because he was dealing with that foul trouble. You can't have that. Not with Jaylen Brown. I thought that his left hand didn't look any better. I think he's going to progress. I think he'll get better. And Jaylen Brown does this. He'll be inconsistent some nights. He'll be on some nights, off some. So I'm okay with how Jaylen Brown played, but I'm going to need better moving forward. Speaking of Jayson Tatum, I couldn't have asked for better from him. 11 rebounds. He always leads the Celtics in rebounds, so this is something we're used to. 34 points. I'll freaking take it, Jayson Tatum. Thank you so much for that. 3 for 8, not terrible from the 3, but he took a lot of shots, and he took good shots. They didn't fall, that's fine. 13 for 22 is fantastic. You made more than 50%, nearly 60%. I will absolutely take that on any given night. His shots were falling, and one thing I loved about Tatum is that he gained 15 pounds of muscle in the offseason, and he was using it tonight. He was backing up defenders. He was pushing them into the paint. He wasn't taking every open shot that he had. He was trying to find the offense to really facilitate it. I think he starts the MVP campaign right now. The Celtics bench, however, is going to be a problem in the regular season. We're going to unpack that and more coming up. But first, I want to tell you guys about Prize Picks. It is our sponsor on Celtics Today. It's my favorite app. I ended up winning tonight, and I want you guys to win too. So all you have to do to play is just pick between 2 to 6 players, pick their projected stats. You just pick more or less. That's literally all you have to do. These are my picks that did hit for the NBA season opener. Steph Curry, of course, scored more than half a point. Andrew Holiday did have less than 15.5 points because he was working on defense tonight. These picks did hit for me. I want to see what hit for you. All you have to do is go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use promo code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100, and you can watch yourself win some real money in real time. So like we said, the Celtics bench is a problem, and it really showed up against the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks went on a run. They ended up taking the lead because half of the bench was in. And that's tough because this is the problem around the league. Not every team is going to have a great bench, and that's fine, especially when Brad Stevens puts so much into the starting lineup. You're going to have these players that just stink, like Luke Cornett. He stinks. He comes in, he makes zero impact. He picks up his dribble, he doesn't know what to do with it. Sam Hauser just shoots because he panics because he forgets he's playing basketball. Peyton Pritchard's fine. He's one of the best players you have coming off the bench. Sam Hauser, 0 for 4. What is this? What is this? Other than those 2 rebounds, this is zeros down the line. That's terrible. Stinks on defense. 110%. He doesn't know how to defend. He was a play behind. Any player that has him on offense is going to have an easy bucket. And when he has the ball, he doesn't want to facilitate the offense in any stretch. He wants to shoot a 3 from wherever he is, even if he has a shot or not. It stinks. And when you look at Luke Cornett, he stinks. What's with these zeros? It's terrible. Luke Cornett gets handed the ball, and all of a sudden he forgets that he's actually playing basketball, and he dribbles once or twice and picks it up again. He doesn't have the IQ that you need as a backup center. And they proved tonight, Al Horford and Porzingis will need time to rest, which means you're going to hand this to Luke Cornett. That scares me. I think the Celtics may need to make a move by the trade deadline to get rid of him. Peyton Pritchard, I'm fine with. Yes, this isn't flashy. But Pritchard came in and did what Pritchard needed to do. He made 2 great crucial free throws. He made a nice mid-range jumper, which was clutch when the game was close. And Pritchard came in and he knew he didn't need to score 20 points off the bench, but he needed to just facilitate the offense, hold the ball, and play defense, and he did a good job. He did a good job. I think it's time to call up Queta. It took 1 game, and I was on this train before the game even started. You need to pull up Neemias Queta, sign him to a standard deal. You got to get Luke Cornett out of there. Neemias Queta is bigger. He has a better IQ. He's more aggressive. He scores points. He doesn't pick up his dribble the minute he touches the ball. We need to pull up Queta. And if Queta stinks, then it's time for a trade. It is. Because you can pick up a big on the waiver wire, but they all stink. So I'm not trading away somebody that sucks to get somebody that sucks. You'd have to make a trade, but of course we can get there a little bit later. Overall, I want you guys to grade the Celtics' first performance of the regular season. A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to go a solid B. It was B- at halftime, so now I'm going to give it a B. I think overall there were good things and there were bad things, and that's how it should be on your opening night. I'm not giving them an A. Absolutely not. You beat the Knicks by 4. No way. Not even a B+. There were too many turnovers that I did not like. But overall, I'll take it. Type in the comments what you guys think the grade the trade is, grade the first season performance is. And I want you guys to subscribe to this channel. We get 20,000 subscribers during the first night of Boston Celtics basketball, which means it's going to be a good year. We want you guys to be a part of it here on Celtics Today. Hit that sub button for me.